Hello, in this video I'm going to demonstrate an exciting new feature of AvalancheNEXT, and that is the ability to take a PCAP file and then import it into the local test cloud for flexibility of testing. So the way you do that is from the main screen you log in, come over to library here, and we're going to use the upload scenario section, and I'm going to go ahead and browse for my PCAP file in this case. And I'll go ahead and name this. And I can file this under a specific folder. And I'm going to go ahead and hit create. Now what AvalancheNEXT is doing is it's actually recreating the call flow between the client and the server. So if I wanted to view that call flow, I could do that. And of course I could upload more if I wanted to, or simply hit OK. Now you can actually upload up to 50 megabytes per individual import, so you could have some very complex testing going across your device under test. So now what we need to do is come down and index our database. Okay, now that our indexing is finished, now you can see my PCAP has been added to the database. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to the main screen, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a local instance of that using Profile Builder under Applications, App Scenarios, and you can browse to the individual folders, or you can search. So in this case I have this, so I'm going to add this to my file. Okay, and now a local instance is created as a profile. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the main screen, and we're going to go to the throughput with mixed apps. And here I have the default emix, but I can choose any emix that I want from my library, or I can use this and modify it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go into my editor, and let's say I want to remove some protocols like RTSP and maybe Telnet. I can just drag and drop them to the trash, and I can then go ahead and exit my editor. And now I can take my customer PCAP application and drag and drop it onto the pie chart. And now if I went back into the editor, I could edit the relative percentages of each protocol. They just need to add up to 100%. Okay, so the next step is just simply picking the right test queue that I want, and I'm going to go ahead and add my subnets and allocate them to ports. And we are using a pair pattern, which means that each of my clients are going to go to each one of my servers. And if I wanted to, I could change the load specification, bandwidth, and ramping, as well as my criteria for pass and fail. So at this point, all I have to do is hit start. Okay, now that my test is running, I'm going to start to ramp my traffic up, and here I can see load specification, application transactions, network packets per second, protocol throughput, packet count, TCP connections, as well as individual application performance metrics. So with this I can actually see exactly how my PCAP is actually running against other protocols in my test, and now I have a way of reproducing this test over and over. So what have we done? We've taken a PCAP file, something that's possibly acquired from the field, from a customer support issue possibly, and I've imported that as a scenario inside of AvalancheNEXT, and now I'm playing that back in a reproducible format in the presence of other protocols, building up an emix, and then I'm measuring what's the performance of the system like. So this is PCAP import with AvalancheNEXT.